Hello friends, in this video we are going to see the detailing in algorithms and flowcharts. What is algorithm? An algorithm is a sequence of steps to solve a particular problem, or we can say algorithm is an order set of unambiguous steps that produces a result and terminates in a finite time. We can say an algorithm is a stepwise procedure to perform or to handle a particular problems. An algorithm has the following characteristics. First, input. An algorithm may or may not require input. Second, output. Each algorithm is expected to produce at least one result. Third is definiteness. Each instruction must be clear and unambiguous. That means whatever instruction you are providing, that should be clearer to the humans, as well as there should not be any copy pasting things. Finiteness. If the instruction of an algorithms are executed, the algorithm should terminate after finite number of steps. Means each and every algorithm should have a finite number of steps or finite number of conditions. On the basis of that, it should get close and it should give you the results. The advantages of algorithm. First is it is a stepwise representation of a solution, which makes it easy to understand. Second, an algorithm uses a definite procedures. Means first is required input, second is required output, its definition and its finiteness. So final steps are provided. On the basis of that only algorithms works. Third is it is not depend on any programming language, because the language which you are using for writing any algorithm is basic English language. You are not providing any type of C, C++, Java, any of the programming languages. So it is easy to understand for anyone even without programming knowledge. Every steps in an algorithm has its own logical sequence, so it is easy to debug. For example, write an algorithm to read two numbers and find their sum. So basically what we have to do, we have to take a two numbers from user. By default consider I am taking one number as a 3, I am taking another number as a 2. We have to add these two numbers and provide the sum of the values. Fine. So how we perform this operation with the algorithm? Answer is inputs to the algorithm. Second, first number 1, third, second number 2. So I'll say my 3 is a number 1 and my 2 is a number 2. And the 5 is my expected output. Next, sum of the two numbers. So we have added these two numbers, and so how we'll write the algorithm for this algorithms? Step 1, start. Step 2, read or input the first number. Step 3, read or input the second number. Step 4, sum equal to number 1 plus number 2. Step 5 is a print sum. So we are displaying the value of these two. And step 6 is a end. So you should remember the step 1 and the step 6 is always predefined. That means the step 1 should be the start and step 6 or the step last is should be the end. Then the second or the further step should be the first is the input procedure, this next is a processing procedure, and next is the display procedure. Next, flowchart. Flowchart means a diagram which visually present the flow of data through processing system. Just to visually representation, that's why it is called as flowchart. This means by seeing a flowchart, one can know the operations performed and sequence of the operation in the system. There are different symbols are present through which you can perform the flowcharts. Which are they? The first is rectangular symbol. This symbol is used to give the processing of your data. That's why this box is called as process box. Indicates any type of internal operation inside the processor or a memory. The second symbol is slant box. This box is called as input or output box. The functions for input and output box is used for any input or output operations, indicates that the computer is to obtain the data or giving the results. Third is the diamond shape. This diamond shape is also called as a decision box. The usage of decision box is it is used to ask a question that can be answered either in binary format, that means either yes or no, or true or false. Fourth is the circle. This circle is also called as a connector symbol. Through this, we can allow the flowchart to be drawn without intersecting the lines or without a reverse flow. Means consider on this page if my flowchart get ended. Fine, but I want to go for the further displaying. So what we can do, we can connect these two lines with the help of different connectors. Next is fifth one is predefined process. In that we just have to provide one rectangle with a two double lines, which is used to invoke a subroutine or any interrupt programs. Sixth symbol is the oval shape. This shape is used for the terminal or the start of your flowchart, which is indicates the starting or the ending of the program, process, or any interrupt of the program. Seventh is used for the flow lines. That means if you want to give the flow of your flowchart, so you can display with the help of different flow lines. So this is used to show the direction of your flow. We'll see details. Example, find the area of circle as a radius r. So this is a flowchart to find the area of circle. How we can find? So the first we have drawn the oval shape. With the help of that, we are saying we are starting of your flowchart. Then we are showing the downward arrow or the flow line. That means we are going to the downside of your program. Then we are showing the slant box, or we can say it is the input output box. So this box is taking the input as a R. Next box is a rectangular box. This box is called as processing box. That means it is going to perform the different processes. So what process is performing? It performing the area of circle using the input R and storing that result in the area. Next box is input output box, which is printing that output, that is area. And the last is rounded rectangular box, which is used to end your flowchart. So first and last box is same, just the code is different, that is start and end. After that, you have to take an input from the user with the help of input and output box. Then for the processing, we have used the rectangular box, that is process box. And then we have used for the display purpose, we have used input and output box. Next, example 2, the algorithm for find the greater numbers between two numbers. First, we are taking the rounded rectangular, which is displaying the start. Then inside the slant box, that is input and output box, we are writing read A and B. That means we have taken two variables as A and B. Because as the question says, we have to perform the two number comparisons, right? So we have to accept the two numbers from users. Now, in this decision box, we are accepting the condition or the question. What question we are asking? The question is if A is greater than B. If this is true, if this question is true, then we'll go to the left hand side. And if this question is false, then we'll go to the right hand side. So first we'll see the true side. True side, when we go to the true answer, we'll come to the answer as print A. That means A is greater. So we are displaying the value as a print in a slant box, that is input output box. But if the output is false, then we are displaying the input and output box with a print B. After done with that, we have to end your flowchart. So for that, we are coming with a rectangular box as a end. Advantages of flowcharts. As we have discussed, the flowchart is used for representing the algorithm in the pictorial form. This pictorial representation of a system or the solution is having many advantages. Those are: first is communication. A flowchart can be used as a better way of communication of the logic of a system and steps involved in that solution. Two, all concerned particularly to the client of a system. Second is effective analysis. A flowchart of a problem can be used for effective analysis of a problem. Third is documentation of a program. A program flowcharts are a part of a good program documentation. That means a program document is used for the various purposes like knowing the components of a program, complexity of the program, etc. Fourth is efficient program maintenance. Once a program is developed and becomes operational, it needs to time maintenance. So with the help of this flowchart, the maintenance work get easier. Fifth is coding of the program. Any design of a solution problem is finally converted into a computer program. So writing of a code referring with the flowchart makes easier to perform any type of coding. So these are some advantages of the flowchart and algorithm. In this video, we have seen what is algorithm, what is flowcharts, advantages of algorithm, symbols of flowcharts, and advantages of flowcharts. Thank you.